Hmm. I'm afraid that I have to disagree that learning history has no value for people living in this present. So, hello everyone, welcome to my video. Here, we will talk about this statement that learning history has no value for people these days. So, of course, I disagree with this statement. But before we discuss more about this statement, let me introduce myself first. Hi, my name is Nancy Heatubun, and I'm from class 201 of State Financial Management. Now, I will explain to you guys why is it important for us to study history. Next slide. Okay, there are three things that uh, we will discuss at this time. The first one is why should we learn history? The second one is do we need to study history? And the last one is what did we get by studying history? Let's get into our first argument. Okay, so why should we? Why should we learn about history? Well, by learning history, we can improve our critical thinking skills, which can make us uh, ask about questions and seek out multiple perspectives about the world. And by doing that, we can develop more information about the world around us. And it can also help us um, to see how far we have become. For example, you can understand how far humans have evolved just by looking at the difference between transportation that people used to use a long time ago and the transportation that we are using right now. Like back then, they're using a horse as an object used for their transportation. But when we compare with nowadays, we are people nowadays are using motorcycle, which is more effective if we compare with the horses. Next, okay. Do we need to study history? History develops an understanding of the world. With history, we can learn about past of societies, ideologies, governments, cultures, and also tech or technology was built, how they built like and how they operated, how they have changed through time, and also by developing your knowledge of history, you can also develop it for many different aspects of life. For example, like you can become a more rounded person just by analyzing history, and it can also help you to be better at academic subjects, especially uh, now time when every school has a curriculum that require us to as a student to study history as an obligation. And next one. So um, by what are the benefits of learning history? Yeah. So by learning history, we can like connect things up. We can connect things, um, even though it is something that that has already far behind the time. There are many benefits that we can get by learning history. Just for example, um, every person has their own past, even as an individual or as in a group. Moreover, there are must be a story about where they can, I'm sorry, where they are from or how they are how they can end up together, like for this present time. This is one of the important uses of history learning. And for the conclusion, we should learn more about history. It tells us about many aspects of the past, and it also very educational and encouraging at the same time. Lastly, history can help us to understand people and their societies. Like learning history also help us to provide our true identity. And lastly, I got a quote for you guys where I make it based on my topic. It says that to know exactly where you're going, first you need to understand where you have come from. You have come from. And that's it from me, guys. If you have any question, you can contact my Instagram account right here at underscore headlines. And thank you for listening.